What is up, people? I hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a great day. Good evening. Now, obviously, as I said in the Man City video I did, I'm doing the videos a bit late today because my schedule is going to be a little bit busy tomorrow. But yeah, man, for like this video, I'm going to be talking about Arsenal. The Arsenal, like, obviously, Arsenal played Brentford this weekend. But before I go on with the video, guys, please, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel, and please push the thumbs up button to like the video if you like the content, and please push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. Excuse me there, guys, man. I just ate, so I'm a bit full. But yeah, man, guys, I want to talk about Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal played Brentford, and I watched bits of the game. I didn't really watch excuse me, I didn't really watch the full game, but I watched like bits and pieces of the game. I thought Arsenal just showed their class, and they just obviously they have more quality than Brentford. And if Arsenal, it was only a matter of if Arsenal put on a decent performance, their quality is going to take over, and they're probably going to win the game. And Brentford really kind of like huffed and puffed, and they tried, but what I really saw from Arsenal was that they basically prevented Brentford from playing. Like every time Brentford got the ball and they were trying to like create attacks or counter attacks, Arsenal just pressed the life out of them, and Brentford just couldn't cope with the with the pressing of Arsenal. And each and every time Arsenal lost the ball in the middle of the park, like Arsenal basically like each and every time Brentford got the ball from Arsenal basically went in packs and they pressed the guy who had the ball so that he didn't have any options to pick out, so that like they can't continue the counter attack. So I just thought Arsenal won the midfield battle, and really they kind of showed their squad depth in this game against Brentford because Odegaard was injured, Smith Rowe was injured. So they basically had to play Fabio Vieira, who came from Porto in the off season, like in the summer, and he had a good performance. Obviously, scored a goal. So they kind of showed their squad depth there because Odegaard is one of their key players. Smith Rowe is mainly he's the main replacement for Odegaard, and they were both not fit, but they still managed to win 3-0. Even though those guys were not fit, I thought Granit Xhaka really played well. It kind of dictated the play in that midfield, was making advanced runs into the box. Actually, he had the assist for the second goal scored by Gabriel Jesus. Obviously, William Saliba scored from the corner. He basically headed the ball towards the back post, and then it hit the post and went in. By the time the keeper was taking it out, it was already in. It was actually great, actually, because I have Saliba in my FPL team, and I also have Gabriel Jesus in my FPL team, so they kind of got me points. So yeah, man, I think it was a good performance from Arsenal. Good professional performance where you just go away, London derby against Brentford, a stadium where you lost last season, because if you remember last season, at the start of last season they lost there. So I just thought it was a good performance from Arsenal, good professional performance where you just go out there, you don't become complacent, you just you put your foot in, and you perform well, perform at a high intensity, win the game, move on to the next one. Dust yourselves from that Man United loss and just move on to the next game. Now, obviously, I thought, as I've already said, I thought it was a good performance from Arsenal. They also kept a clean sheet. But I really wanted, like, I've been seeing some people keep on asking the question that, like, are Arsenal title contenders? That's actually what I'm going to title this video are Arsenal title contenders or title challenges? Now, for me, I think, like, I'm not ready to say Arsenal are going to be title contenders, simply because for me, as I said in my previous videos, the litmus test for Arsenal is when they're going to is going to come when they are playing the top teams, when they play teams that have the quality to hurt them, when they play teams that have the experience of not playing well and winning. So when they play the likes of Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Tottenham, I want to see how they do in those games. And actually, there's a proposed strike, railway strike, on the weekend of the 2nd of October. I really hope that strike doesn't go through, or like that doesn't take place, because if it happens, there's a huge possibility that game between Tottenham and Arsenal is going to be postponed. The game is basically on the weekend after the international break when we play Man United. So when Man City play Man United, Arsenal are scheduled to play Tottenham during that weekend. So, but obviously, if the strike, like I think the workers, the train workers or the railway workers are striking because they want a pay rise. So obviously like the transport system in London, the main transport system, like people use trains and stuff like that. So if there's a strike, then it's going to be very difficult for the game to take place. So I really hope the strike doesn't go through, or doesn't happen, so that we can see that game between Arsenal and Tottenham. Because for me, in my opinion, the litmus test for Arsenal is going to be when they play the teams that can hurt them, when they play the teams that have the quality to hurt them. I want to see how they do in those games, and I also want to see what happens when they go to stadiums like St. James's Park, when the crowd is really raucous. And because of the type of manager Eddie Howe is, and because he likes basically backing his team and kind of trying to attack the big teams, I also want to see how they do when they go to stadiums like St. James's Park. But the litmus test, in my opinion, for Arsenal is going to be when they play the big teams. And so far, they have failed that litmus test, because the only big team that they've played so far is Man United, and they lost that game. Even though they played well in the game, they ended up losing the game. And it's all well and good saying you played well. It doesn't matter whether you played well or you played bad if you end up losing the game. So I just think, in my opinion, I've been really impressed with Arsenal, to be honest, this season. Gabriel Jesus has really started on fire. And I thought it was a classy message for his boy, Vinicius Jr., when he kind of like danced as his celebration after he scored the goal, because Vinicius Jr. was obviously racially abused because of his dancing and stuff like that. So really classless from these racist pigs, really. So I just thought it was classy from it was classy from Vinicius Jr. From this guy Gabriel Jesus. So yeah, man. But I really want to see Arsenal, kind of how they perform when they play against the top teams. And like, if by the middle of January Arsenal are still in and around the title race, by the beginning of February they're still in and around the title race after they've played the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, Tottenham. I'm then gonna concede the fact that I think Arsenal are going to be there or thereabout, and they may be a few players away from potentially winning the league title. But before I see that, I just can't say, just because they've beaten Brentford, Fulham, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, and who else? Like, they've beaten a handful of teams that if you want to make the top four, then you should be beating those teams. Like, you can't be losing to Brentford, Fulham, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace if you want to make the top four. And that's what Arsenal want to achieve this season. They want to be back in the Champions League. Now, if you're going to lose against Brentford and Fulham and Aston Villa, then unfortunately you're not good enough to make the top four. So saying they nailed on for top four, I wouldn't mind that, because I actually have predicted that they'll make the top four. But title challenges and top four are two very different things. Because in previous seasons, because of the consistency that Manchester City have shown, and Liverpool, you need 95 plus points to be the champions of England. Now, I don't know if Arsenal are capable of doing that. I've never seen it before. So that's why I can't just say they're gonna be like there or thereabouts in terms of the number of points that they're gonna get, because I simply haven't seen that. So yeah, man, like I'm not ready to kind of jump on the bandwagon that Arsenal are going to be title challengers. I think you could ask the question, but I don't think, I haven't seen enough from Arsenal to believe that they're going to be title challengers. Because I haven't seen how they're going to do against the top teams. I haven't seen how they're going to do when they don't play well. Because if you look in all the games that Arsenal have played so far, they've played well and they've won the game. I want to see them, except maybe for that Crystal Palace game when they were on the ropes a little bit, when they were leading 1-0. Because there was a period in that game against Crystal Palace where they were leading 1-0 and they were on the ropes a little bit, and they kind of like they basically they defended well, they hung in there, and they ended up scoring the second goal against the run of play to kind of kill the game. So that was impressive from them. I'm going to give them that. But apart from that game, they've really been playing well, and they basically won all their games. I'm more interested in seeing what's going to happen when they start kind of like not playing well. Can they grind out results? Can they grind out 1-0 wins when, like, you've played in the Europa League and you are feeling tired a little bit? Can they grind out a result and win the game 1-0 and keep a clean sheet? Can they win against the top teams? That's what I'm interested in seeing from Arsenal before I can say they're going to be title challengers or they're going to be in the title race. So that's really my opinion of Arsenal. I think they're a really good side, and that's why I've said I back them to be in the top four, because I think they really they really a good team, and they're a good team to watch. They play some nice football. I'm gonna give them that, but I'm just not ready to say they're gonna like kind of win the title or they're gonna be title challenges and stuff like that, because I haven't seen that level of consistency that's required to kind of win the league title from them. And until I see that, really, I can't really kind of like back them to win the league title. I thought it was a good performance from them against Brentford. Take nothing away from their performance, but as I've said, if you want to make the top four, you have to win those games. You have to win games like playing against Brentford, because you have the squad and you have the players to beat them, because Arsenal have more quality than Brentford, so there's no reason why they should be losing against Brentford, especially if they want to make top four, because losing against Brentford would be labelled as inconsistency, and if you're inconsistent, then you can't make the top four. So that's how I feel about Arsenal, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know how you guys feel. Maybe you have different opinions. You can comment in the comment section below if you think otherwise. Like if you think Arsenal are going to be challenging for the league title. And also, man, guys, please, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. The support really massively helps, and please push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. And please push the thumbs up button to like the video. Thank you for watching the video, guys, and I'm looking to together. Have a great evening, and enjoy the video. I hope you liked the video, and yeah, man, have a great evening. We'll see you guys in the next one.